All right, welcome and welcome back. I'm Anthony with Where's My Cashflow, helping you better manage your money. For this video, I wanted to just go through a brief article from New Mexico University that basically just talks about the leaks of what happens to your money, where's your money going, the type of stuff that I help people with. But this article actually breaks it down, so I'm just going to go through it really fast. You should be able to pick up on some of the stuff already. It's going to be common sense, but it's good to show that, hey, there's articles and there's resources out there that are trying to help you better manage your money. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Managing your money, stop the spending leaks. So this one was by College of Agriculture, Consumer and Environmental Sciences. And basically, they just did like a little study to help people better manage their money. Since this is a university, maybe they was directing it at the students, but regardless, is information that you can take and go with. So they have the introduction. Do you spend a lot of time gathering records when you filled out your? Is this even part of it? Now we want to concentrate on finance. Oh, okay, yeah. Record keeping. So this is the difference with me and some others. Me and other people that focus on finance. It seems like they like to focus on just the budgeting and this is what you spend. You gotta save, and I like to focus on how do you manage your money better to get you to the place that you want to be, and that really just starts with what are you spending your money on, why, and does it coincide with where your goal is of what you like want to do, how you want your lifestyle to look like. So, anyways, I'm just gonna go. So they do ask a little questionnaire, and I'm just gonna go through it. Does your family? So the first one, does your family decide on needed items and plan how much can be spent before going shopping? So maybe it's just you as a single person, but do you do that for yourself when you go to the grocery store? Do you actually make a list, or do you just kind of go and feel how it is? You probably don't do it. Most people don't. I don't. But it just depends on you. If you know you're spending a lot of money, you got to make some changes that better help you. Number two, do you always use a shopping list? Three, do you only buy only items that are on that spending plan? Compare price and quality before buying. I think everyone does this, especially on expensive purchases and things you buy often. Most people are going to do this, but if you're making substantial amount of money, that lifestyle creep is going to set in. You're probably just not looking at it. Use credit card only when it is necessary. Return poor quality or defective items to the seller. If you answer no to any of these questions, there are some spending leaks you can correct by improving some of the shopping habits. All right, so what's the problem? This is what they say is impatience. You want it right now. Impulsive buying, a lot of people do that. Emotional spending, all that stuff. Get into too much debt, lack of self-discipline. This is the biggest one. Really, for anything in life, if you don't have self-discipline, then you're just not going to go. You can't accomplish a lot. Self-discipline and saving money. Inability to distinguish wants from needs. That's going to be a real question you have to ask yourself. Like, what is it that you actually desire to be in like 5 years or something like that? So then it goes over 10 ways to stop those spending leaks. First thing is just plan. Always talk about mapping your money, giving your money a reason for existing. It's not just to buy stuff, but it's also just to grow. And you can allocate your money in different accounts and stuff like that. But you have to have you have to assign a job to all your dollars. So when you get your paycheck or whatever funding source that you have, there needs to be a mission that is going on. Not just, you can't just leave it to chance or what as time goes on. Whatever comes up, then that's where the money's going to go. It's better to really have a plan just mapped out of this portion of the money is always going to be allocated to this until this milestone is reached, and then you can continue on with the other sources of your money. People can almost have unlimited needs and wants, but their wealth is often limited. Therefore, you must set priorities and manage your income according to your needs more than your wants. And then it kind of just goes into it, but I'm not trying to read everything. You could kind of get the gist of what they're trying to say. And I'll have the link to this article in this video's description, so you could check it out. The second thing, recognize the spending triggers. This is what I do with my audits. I look at all your transactions for either 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, even more, and I start to point out where are the patterns of the categories you're spending the most in and why. Maybe it's a psychological thing. Maybe something happened. I don't know. But this is where I try to bring it out and say, hey, have you noticed that you're spending this much money on, I don't know, like, I don't know, Q-tips or something like that. I'm just making stuff up. But usually, if you like just take a step back, look at where all your money's going. If it's a big portion, big percentage of your money going towards one category, that's what I pick out and I address it to you in the report and just say, hey, you got a lot of money that you're spending on here. It's just part of your final goals of where you want to be, how your lifestyle looks like. So definitely want to understand that. Do you find yourself spending more when you go shopping with a certain friend? Ooh, that's a big one. Do you spend money when you're feeling sad? So emotional spending. So talks about that. So recognize those spending triggers. Learn to say no. So retailers spend time and money figuring out what you will buy. I remember someone talked about if you're not going into the store to buy something, the buy one get one free is not a discount. You're just spending money and you're actually losing money. So understanding that, hey, if you're going in here, like go to Walmart, you see some stuff that you see, oh, I could get that. I definitely understand it can be difficult, especially if it's something that wasn't top of mind, but now you see it. But you got to have limits to it. You got to be able to manage it, and that just goes with self discipline of just telling yourself, hey, not today, or maybe later on, or maybe in another budget, or maybe in another month or whatever. But yeah, learn to say no. Use feedback. So let's see what they're talking about. Feedback can give you accurate information about past behavior. Okay, yeah. So when I do the audits, you have the PDFs. You can look back to see what you've been doing, the progress you've been making, the insights that I give to you, that type of thing, so that you can make a better informed decision. You can start to recognize, oh, wait, I'm about to buy this, and I just remembered in my last report, I spent a lot of money on this category. I can't do it again. So sometimes just seeing it right in your face will really help you stop you from making the same mistakes. Number five, take time to make some spending rules for you and your family to follow. Yeah, you can always do that. Maybe it's just cutting up the credit cards, like doing things where it prevents you from spending too much money, like having different bank accounts and making a way where it's very difficult to access them. So when you get your paycheck or your money or whatever, you can kind of divvy it up to these different bank accounts. And if you're trying to pull money from it, it's just so many barriers to get that money, and it stops you. So that can help you out. Use an incentive to help you and your family follow the budget you made. Perhaps you can reward yourself by following the shopping rules. If you have a brown bag lunch for 4 days a week, treat yourself to lunch. Okay, yeah. So if you're doing good, so what I recommend for all my clients when they are trying to allocate money, you definitely have to have a source for just no guilt spending, because no one can be perfect. No one, you can't be too strict, or else you're just gonna burn out. You're not gonna want to do it anymore. So it definitely is important to make sure that you have some funds available, or do something where you can reward yourself, so it's not just such a drag all the time. Number six, use an incentive to help you and your family. Oh, okay, that's what I talked about. Number seven, keep credit card purchases to a minimum. That's self-explanatory. There's ways you can do it, but that's obvious. Buy from reliable dealers and make choices that best meet your needs. Keep all purchase records, including receipts and warranty. If a problem occurs, be sure to make a complaint. Okay. Number nine, try to reduce waste to help save some money. Throwing away useful items, excessive use of resources, water, lights, automobiles, and abuse. Yeah, so when it comes to just servicing your life and the products that you have, you want to be mindful that you're actually extending the life, using items how they should be used, that type of thing, and save you waste, like they're saying. And then number 10, substitute your time, talent, and resources for money when possible. So can you make the item yourself instead of buying it? That one depends. Is it really the best use of your time to make something? Maybe it's like a meal or something. That's different. Maybe if you're trying to batch make like meals for the whole week. Can you do the service yourself instead of hiring someone? Painting, sewing just depends. Again, how much are you really saving? How much is your time worth? Got to be careful with that because a lot of people like do it yourselfers. You'll try to do something, and then before you know it, you're in over your head and you end up losing money. So you got to be careful with that. Practice self control, self discipline. You already know what that's about, but that's basically the article. I just want to go through it real quick. If you want to read it yourself, I'm going to have the link in the description, and then you can go ahead do what you need to do. I guess a checklist. You can make your own stuff. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you appreciate it, definitely like it, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and let me know in the comment section if you've done these certain sort of things before, any of these steps before. I'll definitely like to hear it. Share this video with someone you believe that can really benefit from it, and I'll see you in the next video.